So yesterday, Young Thug and Gunna appeared in court yesterday. These are the new pictures released of them in court yesterday. You see Gunna on my right, Thug on my left. They received good news regarding the trial against them and the other 2 dozen affiliates, over 2 dozen. The prosecution asked Judge Glanville to delay the trial until March, but that motion was denied. Prosecutors requested the delay because some of the YSL co-defendants do not have lawyers. However, the judge felt delaying the trial it would be unfair to the co-defendants who have been incarcerated without bond. Judge Glanville added that he would consider holding a separate trial for the co-defendants without lawyers, but the prosecution wants all of YSL to be tried together. Pay attention to that. Even though, listen how this is wicked, man. It's wicked. Pay attention. The prosecution said the judge said that he's willing rather, Judge Glanville, he said he is willing to consider giving the individuals on this case who don't have lawyers a separate trial. He's willing to do that. But what he's not going to do is try them separately. That's what he's saying. So everybody gets slayed together. This is what this man is saying. I mean, and this is what essentially, this is what they want. This is what they want. You got to think, Young Thug just turned 30 years old. For him to have the status that he has, the power that he has, the following that he has, you know how many people follow him, uh, different officials who receive threats because of this case, this ongoing case. You understand how powerful these people are. And as I said, he just turned 30. So you could imagine several years ago when the world said, oh my God, we love Young Thug, or the industry started to really take a liking to him. He was pretty much still his early 20s, 22, 23 years old. So this is something that they feel they got to remove them. They feel like they're a threat. They had somebody come up there and speak on their behalf. Actually, what's this gentleman's name? Represents this community. Where is he at? So, Kevin Lyles, right? So Kevin Lyles goes up there, says, "Yo, listen, he's like a son to me. I feel like he didn't do any of this, right?" Say, okay, cool. So we're telling you that we got evidence of XYZ, and he may have did this, and we're accusing him of this. You're still saying he's a good person. Kevin Lyles says, yeah. They said, so his bond set at $1 million, right? Yeah. Or if we would have set his bond at $1 million, would you be able to pay it? He said, yeah, I would pay it for him, even after we told you all the stuff about him. He said, yeah, I would do it. They still denied it. They still denied it. So it don't even matter. They still denied it. Even with asking all of those questions, this man putting his profession on the line, saying, "This is what I do. This is where I come from. This is what I have. This is what I'm willing to do for him, because I know him. He's a good person." They asked him all of these questions. The man even cried. He cried on the stand, y'all. Kevin cried on the stand. Kevin Lyles cried on the stand. Yes, he did. Kevin cried on the stand. All of that for Young Thug. It meant nothing to the prosecutors. It meant nothing to the district attorney. It meant nothing to him. Because, pardon me, let me not say, you want to say district attorney, but it's more so prosecutors. And it's surprisingly, it's not federal prosecutors. These are state prosecutors. This is a state RICO case. We have to remember that this is a state RICO case. This is not federal. The way they're handling this, and the amount of gravity and traction that it's getting, it seems like it's a federal case. You would think it is, because RICO is made for mob, large groups, structured organizations, and this is the title and label that they're putting on a lot of individuals from the hip hop community who have a lot of eyes on them, who are aligned with certain groups or certain individuals. This is what they're doing. So I mean, there's really nothing. It's really nothing you can do. It really isn't. Let me see. So, where's that? Where's that? Let me see. All right. So now the judge says most of these people have no bonds. That is something that weighs heavily on the court in terms of a start date for this trial. They deserve to have a right to go to trial. The YSL RICO trial is expected to start in January of 2023, with jury selection set to begin on January 5th. So literally a week and a half after Christmas, they're doing jury selection for the YSL case. So this is going to be big in the media. Like, granted, yeah, like I said, it's a state case, but this is going to be big. We know this has always been the case with hip hop. We've seen when Beans went to court, Dame had to go to court. We've seen when Kim went to court. We've seen all of these different things in hip hop, and I don't expect it to be any less. I actually expect it to be kind of. I expect more light to actually be on it because a few different reasons. Number one, Fanny. I feel like Fanny has a point to prove, and I feel like she wants to make sure she's cleaning up the streets of Atlanta. It's number one. Because it's Young Thug, and like I said, his fan base, the amount of power he has as an artist, the people who follow him, and because of the fact that it's a state case, this is the first of its kind in Georgia. It's a state case. There's dozens of people tied to it, and there's bodies tied to it, and it's already in the light. So, like I said, January 2023, jury selection begins on January 5th. The trial starts end of January sometime, third week of January, second or third week. Jury selection is January 5th. Usually the trial will be sometime soon right after that. They say in January. They don't give an exact date, but the 5th is jury selection. So literally 2 weeks after Christmas. And as I just said, he just turned 30 not too long ago. So, he's up for this is the biggest fight of his life. And once again, they don't want to try them separately. Now we all know that they're doing this because they want to go after Thug. They want to go after Gunna. We've heard Mo Gangat, shout out to Vlad, dope interview. We've heard Mo Gangat say, hey, if this was in New York, based upon a number of various things, a lot of these people may be free. And this case could potentially have holes in it if this was in a New York court because of certain things. For instance, Mo stated the fact that they're holding Gunner really with the evidence that's flawed. They're saying that the evidence that they have on Gunner is flawed. It's flawed. Now, granted, they got Thugger, they got him at the crib, all of these different weapons. Oh my God, switches, all listen. First of all, one thing, what's this gentleman's name? Pardon me for a second. What's this gentleman's name? Give me a second. Where's this dude at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Hold on a second. I'm trying to find him, boy. Cause I'll give you, he's nice, man. I'm trying to find homeboy for you. Hold on. He's nice. This dude is impeccable when it comes to breaking down with Blad. He's a journalist. He's a journalist. He's a journalist. Give me a second. Where is he? Where is he? Give me a second, guys. And this is another thing that's crazy too. The trial is supposed to last 6 to 9 months. That's what they're expecting. They're expecting the trial to last 6 to 9 months. Yo, that's the whole year. That's the whole year, damn near. We literally gonna be sitting here, and this is what I mean. See what I'm saying? This is what I mean by the energy that's about to be surrounded around this, the amount of attention that this is about to get in media. Like this is gonna be 6 to 9 months of a hip hop trial. And mind you, they got lawyers that's trying to eat this up right now. This whole thing with using lyrics against them because this is their creative freedom. They're saying that some artists have to bend and kind of, how can I say, create this superficial life in their rhymes in order to cater to a certain crowd of individuals and grow fans. This is something that lawyers are willing to fight for and say because they personally feel that you just can't do this. This is why Mo Gangat is one of those lawyers that's well respected in the hip hop community because he's looking through these cases and he's seeing the flaws and he's saying, hey, there's a certain type of biasness that is being used when you're going after these individuals and you're saying to them the evidence that you have to line up with a crime is the fact that they stated this in their song. Well, you know what? I can probably go through a hip hop catalog and find 100 artists who have admitted or said they did something like this, but they probably never did. Do you understand how biased that is? So this is why they've had these individuals sit down in California. They sat down. It was a unanimous decision to strike down them being able to use any lyrics against artists in the court. This case in Atlanta opened up the argument in California. In California. Do you understand? So it's like now, as artists, what does that make artists do? Is that going to make the artist chill out? Does that make the little Durkio, does that make the, you know what I mean? Does that make the artist want to chill out? You hear Gucci Man saying, we got to stop this and the dead. You heard Dirk saying, we not bringing up the dead in the songs anymore. Everybody seems like they falling back from it. Why? I personally feel like this is going to bring a lot of attention on so many other things when they start speaking that trial. Listen to me. I can almost guarantee it. I don't want to tell you, I promise you, but I can almost guarantee it. Because if you read, one thing about reading, when you read into something, you read into something. It's not just books, it's people, it's life, it's situations. And reading into this and looking at this, like I said, it was going to be highly publicized. I continued to read further, and it stated in the article that this is going to be a 6 to 9 month trial at minimum. Those are the words used in the article. At minimum, a 6 to 9 month trial. So that means it could be 9 to 12 months. We could be sitting here for a whole damn year from January 2023 to January 2024 on the YSL case in the media. That's how big this case can be. When is the last time you seen a court case open up over something in hip hop and it bring up an argument in another state? California sat down and had a conversation about this and had a unanimous decision. No, we cannot use their information against them. Do you understand how powerful that is? It's 44 million people in California. It's 44 million plus people in California, 19 in New York. I don't know the numbers in Atlanta, but I'm pretty sure in Georgia it's much lower. I'm pretty sure it's much lower. So now check this out. For that to have happened like that, now it's going to have a ping pong effect. It's going to be this state, this state, this state, this state. As a matter of fact, like grandma said, the information is right there. Look it up, right? How many other states? Over lyrics. Here we go. And the New York Times reported on it. Oh my goodness. Tommy Munzel was in middle school when he wrote his first rap lyrics. Started out freestyling for friends. Before I knew it, my pain started influencing. By my 15th birthday, he released a song on SoundCloud. Rushed in my room. Oh, he said on August 6, 2014, a week after he released I'm Out Here, a SWAT team stormed in his home with a no-knock warrant. Lenny Farrington, Mr. Kennedy's great-grandmother and guardian, was up early washing her clothes in the kitchen sink. When the police broke through her front door, they rushed in the room with assault rifles, telling him to put his hands up. In his mind, this is a big misunderstanding. He was charged with first-degree intentional homicide and armed robbery. Prosecutors offered Mr. Kennedy a plea deal, but he refused, insisting he was innocent. Honestly, I'm not accepting that, he told the judge. He decided to go to trial. I have been reporting on the use of rap lyrics in criminal investigations and trials for more than 2 years, building a database of cases like Mr. Kennedy's in partnership with the University of Georgia and type investigations. We have found that over the past 3 decades, rap in the form of lyrics, music videos, and album images has been introduced as evidence by prosecutors in hundreds of cases, from homicide to drug possession to gang charges. Do you see what I'm saying? You see this? Yo, listen. Listen, man. Listen. This was March. This was March 30th, 2022. You understand? This incident with this young man, this incident that happened with this young man, this incident happened in 2014. Like he said, I released a song, and about a week after I did that, they came and they rushed my crib. But that's crazy. Look at the stuff that we miss. These are the things that we miss. These are all the important things that we miss. Look at that. Do you see that? Listen, that's all it takes. That's all it takes, right? And this is why we salute Mo Gangat. This is why we salute Mo Gangat. Because Mo stays on top of his job. Mo stays on top of his job. You know what? That's the brother's name, George Cheedy. Yo, George Cheedy's breakdown of the YSL case is insane. I can listen. I'm on it once everything starts. I'm gonna be in the house anyway. So listen, I'm gonna be in the house chilling with the fam. I'm locked in, y'all. This winter is gonna be what did she say in Game of Thrones? Tell them that the North was here. I'm gonna be inside. It's gonna be bad this winter. So all the creators trust me, we ain't gonna have nothing else to do and look exactly look what they putting on the TV for the kids. Look what they putting in the media for the kids. They about to have these black men on trial from 6 to 9, possibly almost 12 months of a trial. And as I stated, this trial is going to impact other places. This is going to be crazy. So now check this out. Federal and state courts have rulings requiring that all evidence, every crime scene photo, DNA sample, witness testimony be deemed reliable and relevant to the crime at hand before it is shown to a jury. The strength of these rules, however, ultimately rests on the discretion of judges, prosecutors, and defense attorneys. Each side makes its case as to how the rules should apply to a particular piece of evidence. The judge makes the final call. Cases like Mr. Kennedy's can hinge on interpretation, whether a police officer, prosecutor, judge, or jury sees the lyrics as creative expression or proof of a criminal act. Courts typically treat music and literature as artistic works protected under the First Amendment, even when they contain profane or gruesome material. The small number of non rap examples that have been found, only four since 1950, involve defendants whose fiction, writing, or lyrics were considered to be evidence of assault or violent threats. Three of these cases were thrown out. One ended in a conviction that was overturned. So, what does that tell you right there? What does that tell you? Research has shown that rap is far more likely to be presented in court and interpreted literally than other genres of music. Research has shown this is listen, this is the New York Times, y'all. This is an accredited source that I'm giving y'all this from. The New York Times just reported on this. And this is the part that everybody's missing because this is they did this because of the Young Thug thing. This is right around the same time. It's right around the same time. They judge lyrics to be more offensive and true to life when it's told that it's rap. This is crazy. The findings suggest that judges might underappreciate the extent to which the label of lyrics and not the substantive lyrics themselves impact jurors' decisions. Simply describing music as rap, they concluded, is enough to induce negative evaluation. So when you say, "Oh, these lyrics are rap lyrics," right? Now a jury is looking at that like, "Oh, rap? Oh no, loud music. They curse, they drink, they got these half naked women in there." So this is the thought that everybody has in their mind. Why? Because this is the image that they want you to have of these individuals: big, stupid chains, crazy outfits, loud hair, looking crazy. This is the image they want everyone to see. So when they say rap, that automatically turns people off. They're not saying pop music, rock music, country music. This is what happens. This is the problem. Peace, peace, Jerry. Peace, peace. Higher intellect. My man Jerry. So Jerry says because it's rap or because it's black men saying it, because ain't none of these white rappers that killed their whole block getting charged. Right. Let me put the link up here. If anybody wants to pull up, feel free to pull up, guys. If anybody wants to pull up, feel free. The link is up here. Feel free to pull up, guys. That's the StreamYard link. If anybody wants to pull up. Yeah, it's this is crazy though. This is crazy. It's been hundreds. They said there's been hundreds of hip hop evidence and lyrics that have been introduced as evidence in all of these different cases. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Get back to me. Questions, comments, just leave them down below, man. Love, life, and loyalty is the motto. Stay safe, stay real, stay true. You rock with me, I rock with you, man. Peace.